Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Today we're supposed to start the trigonometric functions, trigonometric ratios. First of all, we learn basically is what is a trigonometry. If we see the word trigonometry, it means triangle measurements. Trigonometry is an important tool for evaluating measurements of height and distance. It plays an important role in surveying, navigation, engineering, and astronomy. The basic trigonometry involves the ratios of sides of right triangle. And as we know, the right triangle is the triangle having the angle of 90 degree, one angle of the 90 degree. The three ratios are called tangent, sine, and cosine. It can then be extended to other ratios and trigonometry in the Cartesian plane. But here we are supposed to learn the basic three ratios, which are the sine, cosine, and tangent. In right angle triangle, if we see, there are three sides. The longest side is called the hypotenuse, and one side is, we say it opposite because which one is the opposite of the given angle. And the side which is having the two angles, means one is the 90 degree and other given angle, that side is called the adjacent. But here, how we supposed to use the trigonometric ratios, these three sides of the right angle triangle? Here we have common numeric, basically is called SOH, SO, CH, K, and TOA, TO, means SOHCAHTOA. Let's see what does it mean. The first one is, let's say SOH, SOH. The meaning, these alphabets having the meanings, means S stands for the sine theta, O for opposite, and then H for hypotenuse. Means if we're supposed to find the ratios of the sine theta, the sine theta is equals to opposite O from the opposite and H from the hypotenuse. Opposite over hypotenuse. And here we identify what is basically opposite. Here, this one is opposite of the angle. Then C stands for the cos theta, and A is for adjacent, and H stands for the hypotenuse, means C, A, and H. Three alphabets. Cos theta equals to adjacent over hypotenuse. If we check adjacent, this side is adjacent, this one. Adjacent over hypotenuse. Okay. Then the third ratio, that is C, TOA, T-O-A. SOHCAHTOA, you can say it, pronounce it just like this. Okay, T stands for the tan theta, O for opposite, and A for the adjacent. This is called the A for adjacent and opposite. When we're supposed to write, when we're supposed to find the ratios of the tan theta, we need opposite and adjacent, A. These three basic ratios are very important. You're supposed to learn them, and you're supposed to apply accurately. So the three basic ratios of the trigonometric functions. Let's see one by one. Let's see here by using the cosine formula SOH. S again stands for the sine theta, then opposite over hypotenuse. Let's say here we have a question, a right angle triangle, and that right angle triangle having the base is 5, or adjacent is 5, opposite is theta, opposite angle, sorry, the side of the opposite of the given angle is 12, and the hypotenuse is 13. We're supposed to write in sine theta, it gives us sine theta is opposites. First of all, we're supposed to recognize opposite. Opposite is 12 over here. 12 over hypotenuse, the longest side, is 13. Let's get 12 by 13. Let's say in other example, here we have now the angle is x over here or theta over here. We use here angle given x, any unknown angle. But here we're supposed to identify now the opposite is here, opposite of the side of the given angle. Which one is 3? Hypotenuse, opposite of the right angle or the longest side, which one is 5? And then the adjacent, the side having two angles, 90 degree and another angle, given angle. And we're supposed to write the sides, we're supposed to find the sine theta here. Check it opposite. Opposite given 3, it means we have 3 and hypotenuse is given, which one is 5. It means the sine theta of the given right angle triangle having the sides 3, 4 and 5, by using the sine theta and identify the sides are opposite over hypotenuse 3 by 5, and we can, with the help of this formula, we can solve it. Let's see for the cosine function. In cosine function, basically we have here CAH, means K, cos theta, adjacent over hypotenuse. And if we suppose to here we have a right angle triangle, which one having the sides of the 9, 7 and 15. First of all, you're supposed to write here CAH, cos theta, and then recognize the adjacent. Adjacent is given over here. Sorry. Adjacent is given over here. Which one is the 7? Suppose 7. And then the hypotenuse is 15. And cos theta equals to adjacent over hypotenuse, and adjacent is given over here the 7 and hypotenuse is the 15. We can write, we're supposed to write correct ratio. Tangent functions. Tangent are, in short term, we're supposed to say the tan theta, tan x, or any unknown angle over here. Tau. T stands for the tan theta, O for opposite, and A stands for the adjacent. And here let's suppose we have a right angle triangle having the sides of 8, then 6, and then hypotenuse 10. The opposite side is 8. We need opposite. Then you're supposed to write here 8. And then we have adjacent. If we check the adjacent here, 90 degree, and then the theta, we have a 6. Accurately, we're supposed to write the ratios. In this triangle, we're supposed to apply the tan theta. We have opposite over adjacent. Opposite is 8, and adjacent is 6, we correctly write the ratios of given sides. After learning the three functions of trigonometrical ratios, here we're supposed to start with some word problems. These word problems are taken from the exercise 10F, book 3, Cambridge O-level book 3. And the topic is practical applications of a trigonometry. Question number 1, which is given in the book, is what is angle of elevation of the top of a tree 12.7 meter high, means the height of a tree is 12.7 meter high, from a point 23.7 meter away on the level ground. This is basically is the point of observation, and the angle of elevation when you're supposed to look upwards on the straight line where the normal line is there, above the normal line, and below the normal line from your eyes is called the angle of depression. And here we're supposed to find here angle of elevation. And if we check the sides, means here the tree, along the tree is 90-degree angle, and the point of observation here is which is given, point of observation is here, that is 23.7 meters. We're supposed to find the angle of elevation here, this one angle x, which is given over here, and we're supposed to identify the sides, means opposite and then the adjacent. If we check the trigonometrical ratios and we recognize, means opposite and then the adjacent, means we're supposed to use here the tan theta, which one is opposite over hypotenuse. Means tan x, which one is x is there. Here let's check the opposite. Opposite is here, which one is the opposite of the x, that is 12.7. You're supposed to write here 12.7 and over adjacent, and here we have adjacent, which is 23.7. But accurately putting the sides, then again here we're supposed to find x, not tan x. We check it. Okay, by taking the x on the left hand side, and when we're supposed to move tan from left hand side to right hand side, we're supposed to take the tan inverse. Tan inverse of the ratio 12.7 by 23.3. With the help of the calculator, we can take the ratios, which one is 12.3, let's say, sorry, 12.3 divided by 23.7, it gives us the 0.5189. Then we're supposed to take the inverse of tan inverse, and it gives us 27.42, or after 1 degrees, then we have 27.4. We check it. Twenty 8.18 accurately. You're supposed to check your answer after one decimal place, after 2 decimal place, and if you're supposed to round out 20 of 1 decimal place, then you're supposed to write here 28.2, because 8 is greater than 5 and we're supposed to round it upwards. In question number 3, We have an aerial mast is supported by 4 wires attached to points on the ground, each 57 meter away from the foot of the mast. If each wire makes an angle of 32 with the horizontal, find the height of the mast. Some points are very important. Means that in given data, we have 32 angle that is given in the horizontal, not the vertical. Is on the base, on the ground, and the height of the mast we're supposed to find, and then we have the distance, which is 57 meter away from the foot. Here we're supposed to find the height of the mast. Again, if we check here, we 90 degrees here in the foot of the mast, 90-degree angle is here, and one given angle is here. It means we have the adjacent is 57, and opposite of 32 is the height. This is basically is the opposite. Now we check it, we apply. Okay, again tan theta is supposed to tan 32. Which one is the tan equals to opposite over adjacent is 37. Correctly supposed to put the values, and tan 32 gives us 0.62486, and then we're supposed to do the cross multiplication, or means the cross multiplication here. Sorry, if we're supposed to put the denominator 1 over here, then we get the values is x equals to 57 times 0.62486, which one is the tan 32, and after multiplication we get the 35.62 meter. This is basically is the height of the mast. Okay, here we have another question, that is question number 4. If a cone 8.4 centimeter high, the vertical height is given. There are two heights basically in the cone. One is the slanting height. This one is the slanting height, and the perpendicular height we represent here h, which is called the height. Okay, and the slanting height we represent with L. Now the question is given, if a cone is 8.8 centimeter high and has a vertical angle of 72 degree, vertical angles. This angle is called the up one here, 72 here, 72 degree angle is here, 72 degree. Calculate the diameter of the base. Okay, if in the cone, if the perpendicular line is there, and 72 angle is here, 72 angle. If we 72, half of the 72 gives us 36 and 36, because it equally divide angles equally divide into two equally parts. Bisect the angles. Why bisect the angles? Because the slanting height, or if we supposed to make the triangle, then this triangle will be the isosceles triangle. Two sides are equal, and in isosceles triangle, when we supposed to in a isosceles triangle, when we supposed to draw a perpendicular line, it bisect the angle as well as the side the given here. This angle, let's say these two sides are equal, these two sides are equal, and this is the vertical angle, and it bisect the other side also. Let's say this side will be equals to here, this side. That's why the properties of the isosceles triangle we use over here, and we're supposed to find the diameter. First of all, we're supposed to find here the radius, and to double the radius is the diameter. this side. Basically, here we're supposed to find the diameter, this one, total line diameter. Let's check if we're supposed to make the triangle here, the right angle triangle, because when bisected here, 90 degrees here, right bisecting is there. Okay, if we check the opposite of the 36, the opposite of the 36 is R, let's say we R, and then adjacent is 8.4, the height of a triangle, sorry, cone. Okay, think about which ratio we're supposed to use over here. 10, it means that 1036 gives us opposite over adjacent, and here adjacent is 8.4. I think so, rotate it. Now it's good. Okay, by applying, okay, first of all we're supposed to find the third. By cross multiplication, here we have R equals to 1036 times 8.4, and if we're supposed to multiply, find 1036 first and then multiply 36 10, which is 0.7265, and times we supposed to multiply by 1036 multiplied by 8.4, it gives us 6.1029, and so long the value over there. It means here we have the radius is 6.24. Okay, then we're supposed to find here the diameter. Diameter is the twice of the radius. When we're supposed to multiply by 2, we get 12.2. The answer is, required answer, which was the diameter, that is basically is double of the radius. First in this question we're supposed to half the angle, given angle, vertical angle, 72, half of 72 is 36. Then we're supposed to identify the sides, which sides are given. Hypotenuse is the slanting height, no needed. The given side is the adjacent 8.4, and then other one is required R radius, which one is the opposite. Correctly we're supposed to put the values, and then after finding the radius, be careful, you're supposed to multiply by 2, because the radius is double of the so half of the diameter, and when you're supposed to find the diameter, then radius times 2. Question number 5 is here. To find the width of a river, a boy places a wooden peg at a point A. This one is point A. Point A on one side, directly opposite object at B. Here, let's say one object was here at B directly. Okay. From A, he walks 50 meters along the bank. From A he walks just like this here in this direction. 50 meters along the bank to a point C. Here he stops over here. He observed that ACB, angle ACB, angle A and then C and B, means if we check here, AC and here B is 34 degrees. Here we're supposed to calculate the width of the river. Width of the river is basically, that is AB. AB. Here directly opposite, it means we have 90 degree here, and this is the river. this one, the river. And we're supposed to find the width of the river, just like this. Sorry, not here, only to this one. Okay. Now we're supposed to identify the side. One angle is given, and opposite of angle is the river width, and adjacent is the 50. Think about what type of the ratio, trigonometrical ratio, we're supposed to use over here. Again, we use here tan theta, opposite over adjacent. Here, opposite is, if we check opposite is 34, sorry, x, because opposite the 34 angle is x, and then adjacent is the 50. Then we're supposed to apply the ratios. We have cross multiplication x equals to tan 34 and 50. You can, with the help of the calculator, calculate the values of tan 50, and with tan 34 times 50, it gives us the final answer, that is 33.72 meters. This is the width of the river. Let's check, I think so. We check the tan 34 times 50. 34 10, and we're supposed to times, first we're supposed to find tan 54 or 34 times 50. It gives us 33.72. Yeah, correct. Okay. Question number 6 over here. The angle of elevation. Elevation means that you're supposed to look the top of the here. This one, the angle of the post. This one is the post. At the top of the post, from the level ground 38 meters away. This is given, distance given is, which one is the 38 meters away. This is the point of observation. 38 meters away is 33.23. 33.23. Find the height of the post. This one here, we're supposed to find the height of this post. And if we check 90 degrees here, because the post is stand vertically. And now we have here the opposite of 33. It means this one is the opposite, and this side 38 is the adjacent, and sorry, adjacent A. Tan theta is equals to opposite over adjacent. Let's apply. Okay, then we have here the values. Tan 33.23 gives us the opposite. Here we have, so okay, no need to check the unit, x, and then we have here .38. Okay, then we're supposed to apply it, and tan 33.23 times 38, it gives us, tan 33 is 0.65687 up to 5 decimal places, and when we're supposed to multiply it, it gives us 24.96. The calculation is there. .23 10 is okay, the times we have 38, yeah, 38. It gives us 24.89 meters. Okay. Here we have another question, that is question number 8. The same book Cambridge O level book 3, exercise 10. Question number 8. A point of a level ground level as the foot of a building is 50-meter high. 50-meter height is given, that is the building. The angle of elevation means from looking upward, the top of the building. Okay. B 52.83. Find the distance, the point of the observation from the top of the building. Here, we're supposed to find the distance, this distance from where the observation point, and you're supposed to look the top of the building. I'm so sorry for my poor drawing. Okay, this distance. Okay, means the height of the building is given. Height of the building is, which one is the 50 meter, and if we check the angle here is the 90 degree, and the horizontal here the angle is, that is 52.83. 52.83. Here we're supposed to find the hypotenuse. Means here we have the opposite. One side is opposite, which one is the 50, and an other side is the hypotenuse, which one is unknown. Think about which type of the trigonometric ratio we apply. Hypotenuse and opposite, and here we use okay, sine theta, which one is opposite over hypotenuse. If we're supposed to calculate it now, we trade the values basically here. That is sine 52.83, and with x, is here, and then over 50 over sine 52.83, or we can say it, we cross multiplication, or we trade the values, which the x remains comes over here in the place of sine 52.83, and then 50 divided by sine 52.83. If we're supposed to find the sine 52.83, gives us 0.7968, and when we're supposed to divide it by x is 62.7, which one is the height we're supposed to point observation is there. The question number 11 of the same exercise, the angle of depression. Depression means when you're supposed to look the downwards from the any highest point of below the normal angle. Let's say the normal angle basically is, let's say this is our eyes, and we supposed to, this is called the normal line, and here if we're supposed to look down, this is called the angle of depression, and if we're supposed to look upwards, this line, normal line, this is called the angle of elevation. This angle is elevation. Okay, now this angle is depression. Depression, and the elevation above. Let's say this one is the eye. Okay, now the angle of deflection of a boat is 65.7 meter away. The base of the cliff. This is the base of the cliff. You can say this is the base of the cliff. Okay, and if we draw the straight line, the person is here, upward, and he observed here. This is the boat. Someone is fishing over here, not me. Okay, I like fishing, but this fishing is not. Okay, uh, now this type of the diagram will be here. Cliff. The 28.9 degree the angle of depression. How high the cliff? Here we supposed to find this one, the height of a cliff. If we state here, this one, or from the boat is here, or this one. Okay. Now identify the sides. This side is opposite because of opposite of the angle 28.9. This side is adjacent because two angles are there 28.9 and 90 degrees there, and this is a hypotenuse. We need two sides. We use two sides, opposite and then the adjacent, and opposite and adjacent. If you remembered your ratios, that is basically we use here. Tell me quickly. Tan, tall, means here I think so. Not working. Tan theta. Sorry. Tan 28.9 equals to, we supposed to use now angle, given angle instead of unknown, equals to opposite is x over 65.7. Okay, this is the point is here, 65.7. And if we supposed to cross multiply, means ke tan 28.9 times 65.7, it gives the height of the cliff. If you check it again, this question, use the sides over here neatly. Okay, we supposed to 20 use here 28.9, and we have opposite here, that is x. Sorry. X and over 65.7. No use to share units over here. Then with the help of the cross multiplication, we get 10 28.9 times 65.7, and then 10 28.9 gives us the value, that is 0.5520. I round it up to 4 decimal places, and then times 65.7, it gives us 36.27, and the height of the cliff is 36.27, or you supposed to round it 36.3. It is given according to the, sorry, this one. Okay, here we have another question, and that question number is 13. A kite at the end of 124 meters string, okay, makes an angle of 58 degree with the ground. Find the height of the kite above the hand holding it. Okay. Now, if we see the diagram, this one is the kite, and the string comes just like here. sorry, this is the string, and this is the point we are supposed to observe. This one. We're supposed to find this height, and his hands are here. He is holding with hands here. We're supposed to find the height. Angle is given 58 degree. The length of the string is given, that is 124 meter. And here we're supposed to find the height above the hand. It means here makes the 90-degree angle. Now if you identify the sides opposite of the 58 degree, that is x is given, is opposite, and 90 degree here we have 124, which one is the hypotenuse. And if we check, so SOH means ki sin theta equals to opposite over hypotenuse. Now we have here opposite, that is x, and we have hypotenuse, that is 124, and if we supposed to calculate it, x equals to sine 58 times 124, and it gives us sine 158 gives us 0.8480, and when we're supposed to multiply by 124, it gives us 105.2. It means the height of the kite is 105.2. These calculations are so simple, you're supposed to use calculator, and then you can find easily. The different calculators have different modes, but I think so, it is written in the calculator where is the sine, tan, cos, or the inverse of. Let's say here we're supposed to find the 50 in my calculator here, which I use sine written over here. Sine 58, that is 0.8440480096 and blah blah blah. Then we're supposed to multiply it by, multiply by 124, and it gives us 105.15796 and so on, and we round up to 2 decimal place, then it gives us 105.2, or you can write it 15. Okay, when I supposed to find the inverse, then here my second function is the arrow above the arrow, and use your second function for the inverse of the sine inverse, cos inverse, tan inverse, and other functions here also. Some functions are with second function. Here we have another question. 4-meter plank rest against a wall. 4-meter plank against a wall, which is 1.8 meter high, height given, so that 1.2 meter it projects beyond the wall, means a little above, just like here. I use here the ladder in the here. This one is projected beyond the wall, this point. Okay, the wall. Find the angle of a plank makes with the wall. Here we're supposed to find angle, this angle, this one, the wall, and then the angle. Let's see if I'm supposed to make this diagram little. Let's say we have a wall here. We draw it again. Another diagram. Suppose this one is the wall. We have here, and then this one is the plank, which is projected just like this. Okay, now if we check it, if the total length is 4 meter, 4 meter, total is 4 meter, and this one is, this point is, which one is the projected? This one is, let's say 1.2, this one, and the total is basically is 4. Then the height of the plank is now, after subtract the projecting part, it gives us 2.8. Okay, and then height is given, sorry, height is given, height of the wall is 1.8. If I use my this item, 1.8, this one is 2.8, and now we're supposed to, in the wall we have 90-degree angle, and this angle we're supposed to find here. This one is the wall basically, and here this angle. Okay, now we check it. This side is, we have the two sides. One is the adjacent, and then the other one is the hypotenuse. Adjacent and hypotenuse is, okay, adjacent, and then the hypotenuse is we supposed to use which ratio? Cos. No? Then, so with respect to the horizon, it was just okay. If we're supposed to use here the curve, means cos theta, which one is equals to, suppose we have here the cos theta. Theta is unknown. We're supposed to find here the angle, which one is equals to, yeah, adjacent. Here we have adjacent is 1.8, 1.8 over, we have here 2.8, the hypotenuse. Sorry, this one 2.8. Then we're supposed to find the theta, which one is equals to cos inverse of, sorry, for cos inverse of 1.8, sorry, 1.8 by 2.8. Okay, let's, with the help of the calculator, we find the values. We find the values. Values are basically, here we have 1.8, 1.8 divided by 2.8. We get 0.642857, the long values over here. Then we're supposed to find the cos inverse. It gives us 49.999, or you can say it is nearest to the 50 degrees. We can write here that the theta equals to 50 degrees. 50 degrees means that this one angle, this theta, is 50 degree. Okay, let's check the solutions. Okay, we have already the solutions, which is, sorry for this one. Okay, thanks for watching. Questions I take from the exercise 10F of the book 3, Singapore book O level. and I suppose use the other resources or from the net, means the different diagrams. Thank you. Jazakallah khair.